Hi, if you're new here, I'm Kanita, and if you're already watching my One Piece chill channel, welcome back. Today we are going to read the newest chapter of One Piece number 1098. So, of course, spoiler alert if you're not up to date with manga. So, let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. And it is called The Birth of Bonnie. Gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see. There's probably going to be some drama as usually in One Piece flashbacks, but I'm so curious to see how wait, the cover page says this chapter's manuscript is unfinished. I'm sorry, Oda. Oof. I wonder if Oda Sensei is kind of overworking himself again, and yeah, he's maybe tired and exhausted and didn't have time to finish. This chapter's manuscript is unfinished. Okay, we'll see. So maybe the chapter itself is not finished, or just like it's not drawn perfectly in all the panels. But the cover page itself is very pretty. It's a cover request by Skywalker. Brook powering his electric guitar solo with an electric eel. Oh, that's what's happening here. It looks really cool. I love his guitar here is a shark, and there's a cool eel behind him, so he kind of works with the marine theme here. I mean, not marines, but marine as like sea theme. And yeah, the effect is really cool. The cover page is great. This is definitely not unfinished. Well, I guess the unfinished part probably should be like by the end of the chapter, right? So let's see. Revolutionary Army Headquarters, Baltico. The expanding tides of revolution. Requesting backup. The Tume uprising in the South Blue is looking bleak. We can't. Our hands are full. Dealing with the wounded at Goa. Iva-chan, I'll go, Kuma says. Don't be rash, Kuma. You have been acting reckless ever since that day. Whew. So she has been captured and like not found. So they couldn't get her back. That's it. That happened. She was captured, and now Kuma is acting reckless. They need backup in the Tume uprising for the Tume uprising. Everyone is busy here at Goa, and Kuma wants to go. This guy is huge. Where did you come from? State your name. And he remembers how Ginny has been captured, and we get interesting. I wonder. And then we get a little bit more from that flashback now. Yes, so it seems she caught the eye of a celestial dragon. So she was actually captured as a wife for a celestial dragon. So now, before reading the chapter further, I have a horrible theory that that's also part of why Bonnie was kind of maybe more important. And well, let's see. So she was captured by the celestial dragon, and the chapter is called like The Birth of Bonnie. So in theory, it could happen that she actually gave birth to Bonnie from some celestial dragon, and Kuma isn't actually biological dad in this case. And if this is true, then, well, at the same time, there's also another possibility that maybe she was already pregnant when she was captured, and they are both biological parents, Ginny and Kuma, but Bonnie was born there in captivity. But I think in this case, Bonnie would just become a slave there, and I'm not sure how would she get out. So that would be kind of a hard situation. Meanwhile, if Bonnie was born to a celestial dragon, maybe she would be considered kind of half celestial dragon, and they would kind of care about her a little bit more. I'm not sure if that would actually be the case, because probably if celestial dragons can just take as a wife anyone they can, then they would be creating a lot of half celestial dragons. Probably they wouldn't actually consider them completely celestial dragons and would still see them as someone beneath them. So we'll see. They took her on a government ship because a celestial dragon wanted to make her his bride. So we kind of know more specifically now what happened to her, and obviously, especially with everything, like the situation by itself is probably not to Kuma's liking, let's say, but considering also like their connection to this world of the celestial dragons and slavery, it's like he and Ginny, they escaped from slavery and now basically she got kind of recaptured and going back into it. It's their personal history and personal feelings are also at play here, so it's like especially hard to swallow this kind of news. So we can see why Kuma would be completely devastated by this. Okay, we won. Finally, after 3 years of struggling, we couldn't have done it without the revolutionary army. So he came to help the Tumi uprising, and it looks like he did. And they're happy they won. But he still remembers some flashback from that moment. The enemy took us by surprise. Please forgive us. We are sorry. And in the present, people are saying it was the revolutionary army again. Here's to the revolutionary army, the heroes of the people. Oh, that's a cool flag. Looks really interesting. Wait, did we even see it before? I feel like we saw Revolutionary Army many times before, but it feels like I see this exact mark for the same time. Maybe I just forgot it. Dragon, it's me. I've worn myself out. I'll have to return by ship. So Kuma obviously went out, trying to kind of maybe distract himself from his feeling or release his anger, so to say. And now he has worn himself out and have to return by ship. Okay, these are very interesting pages. Let's see what happens. Around 2 years have passed. Holy shit. So that's it. Like, we can't do anything. We can't help Ginny. We can't capture her back. That is horrible. Around 2 years have passed since Commander Ginny of the Revolutionary Army was kidnapped to be wed to a celestial dragon. Ugh. And I feel so bad for her, and we don't see like her side of things at all, right? So we are completely in the dark here. So of course I'm imagining like the worst things. We are nearly there. Bonnie. Wah. Someone is crying and someone is saying we are nearly there, Bonnie. So did she escape actually with her child and going on the ship somewhere? Kuma, it's Ginny. She's on the line right now. That's probably what's happening. What? Hey, Komachi, I finally made it back to the surface. Ginny! They didn't want me around after I got sick and I was thrown away. What a stroke of luck. It actually is a stroke of luck, to be honest. Like, thank God. She should have gotten sick earlier. You are sick? Kuma asks. Oh, and where it kind of begins, also the chapter, it's not really clean, the panels, I think, but at the same time, I actually think it adds a lot. Like all these little details from the rough sketch, they actually make it kind of the feeling even stronger of these panels, you know. I wanted to see everyone one last time, but this call will have to be our goodbye. So she's probably like very sick, like dying from sickness. So they were like, well, you're going to die anyway, so we'll throw you out. But that's how Bonnie got out. So we got our answer here. Because if she stayed there, she probably like would be property of celestial dragons in one way or another, right? What are you talking about, Ginny? Where are you? I can be there in an instant. I was afraid I'd never see you again. Komachi, sorry, but... So he probably also, like, needs to know the location a bit better. Like, he couldn't just teleport to Marijoa and take her and teleport out with her because he kind of didn't know where she is exactly. Like, it raises this kind of question, you know? Komachi, I'm sorry, but I'm at the death's door. gosh, her life is so horrible. She had some nice years, but like she started her life probably like some in her childhood she was a slave. That was obviously horrible. Then she got out. She got some freedom and she got to do something to try and change the world. That's fantastic. And then she was forced to go back to these years of slavery again, at least 2 years, and then now her life just ends. She managed to get out, but she's so sick that she says, I'm at the death's door. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you care about me, really, but you shouldn't come when I'm like this. Well, maybe I understand maybe she also has some wounds or something from Celestial Dragon's torturing her or something like that, and she kind of doesn't want to hurt Kuma's heart seeing all of this. But at the same time, it's sad because if he could come and see her, they could say goodbye, and he would obviously take Bonnie, right? But she was saying they're nearly there, Bonnie, so she was bringing Bonnie somewhere. Let's see. Dragon, big bro, Komachi has a big heart. Please take care of him for me. Get out of the way. There's only one place she would go now. Kuma-san. So he teleported. He figured out. She's going to bring Bonnie to that village with the church. And Komachi, I just want you to know, I love you. Always have and always will. Holy shit. This is... Oh, damn, that's what did it. I was thinking, okay, this is not bad. I'm getting through this backstory pretty nicely without crying, and then she has to go and say that. Fuck. Kuma, you're back? Where is Ginny? She's here, right? So he teleported back to this village, and he assumes that she would probably also go there. She is, but I'm afraid... Oh, shit. We can also see her skin. So this is some kind of condition. Let's see. It happened when she was exposed to natural light. Her face, her entire body turned all blue in the sun. And her skin hardened like stone. That is horrible. So once she got out in the sun, it turned all blue. So she was fine before that, but she said she was already on the death's door, so I guess that was just like the final stage, maybe. And now he's remembering all their like moments together in the past. Komachi, I'm just so happy. Hey, Komachi, let's get married. Wouldn't it make you happy? Who could have, what could have done it to her? Some people are asking. And he found her. He's holding her in his hands, and... that she isn't even like shown in full, but it is assumed that obviously she looks horrific with all this on her skin, and she burned up her remaining time exposing herself to the sun so she could cross the ocean and make it home to us because she wanted to ensure her baby's safety. And yeah, but we can assume that probably she still didn't have much time left because of this illness, but exposing herself to the sun was making it worse, but she took this risk and kind of shortened her life even more to bring Bonnie to safety, because obviously, like, she wanted at least her child to survive. So how old Ginny is? Is she from Kuma or from some celestial dragon? Or did I say Ginny or Bonnie? Gosh, I feel like I'm mixing out their names now. I'm so sorry if I did. So yes, of course, Bonnie. How old is she? She kind of looks... she could be 2 years old, I think, right? You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well, Kuma says. Yeah. I can't say anything. So he's sitting here in church with her body. Unfortunately, she's already dead. And now we see the cemetery with her cross where it's written Ginny. So, of course, yeah, for Kuma, it's also... it was also very hard because first she was captured and now she has died, and he obviously also loved her a lot, and like even if they were just friends, obviously this is still completely horrible. That's so wrong. You're tilting the bottle too much. Oh gosh, he's being a dad and he's been scolded by all these old women. Is this better? Bonnie-chan still looks uncomfortable. I'll show you how it's done. Oh, she's so cute, and she looks so tiny in Kuma's hand. And if you're gonna be sleeping next to her, make sure her coat is like an iron cage. Yeah, I guess so he doesn't. Yeah, we can't have you smashing her in your sleep with that massive body. Yeah, that's scary. I remember I was kind of sleeping in one room with a little kitten, and he was actually in the box, but he didn't want to stay in the box, and he always tried to go to my bed, and I was so scared that I'm going to like smash him somehow, that I didn't want to sleep with him in one bed, and overall, like, the whole night I was barely sleeping. Oh, wait a second, I have to gather myself together a little. Let's continue. So yeah, he is taking care of Bonnie. Oh, you're quite the heavy drinker, Bonnie-chan. I'm sure you'll be just as much of a glutton as Ginny was. That is so cute. No, I can't start crying again. Yeah, I'm sorry. Kuba remembers how, Ginny was a glutton. I'm still hungry. And then Bonnie started calling him daddy, and he was so happy about it and crying. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Look how cute she is in her little dress. Oh, and Kuba is crying. Oh, yeah, this is super sweet, and they had some nice times together. But then I guess he had to also leave her with this old women and old men, old people, yeah, his old friends, and go help the Revolutionary Army, of course. This is really cute, like her eating bread here. And yeah, I guess this we are just interchanging. He would how to call it, like, wash Bonnie when she was little, and then we have a snippet of him fighting for revolutionaries, him sleeping with Bonnie, who is actually in iron cage. Holy shit. And then him meeting Sabo. Wait, was there any thing in the previous panel? It was just him, I guess, with everyone else, but this panel actually shows him with little Sabo. Oh, that's cool. Kuma, what in the world are you doing? You have boarded up all of the church's windows. Huff, close the door. Okay, now we're back to church. What's going to happen? Take a look here. Below her eye, is that a blue stone? Wait, yes, it's like the same sickness? Wait, hey, isn't that, it looks just like what Ginny had at the end. So he's like closed the church so no one gets infected. We assume that, yes. I'll call a doctor, thank you. It's caused by sunlight, you say. Are you sure? Why don't we try taking her outside? Are you fucking insane? So these are doctors coming in, and the one is saying, let's see what happens if we take her outside to the sun. If you say it kind of makes it worse, let's see what happens. It doesn't seem to be white lead poisoning. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this condition. Okay, at least this doctor is more like serious. And yeah, I understand the experimental approach, but the first one was a bit too much. You are quitting the Revolutionary Army, and Bonnie has contracted the same disease as her mother had. Yes, I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I have to stay by her side. I understand. It's important to live without regrets, Dragon says. We can use our contacts to reach out to doctors all over the world for her. Oh, that's so sweet. I owe you, Dragon. Okay, so it's also... Well, she was already... born, right, when Ginny got the disease, so she probably actually like contracted this disease, but it only kind of started showing after quite a long time, so that's a bit strange. Also, I didn't notice right away that her disease started under her eye, in the exact same place that she now has her piercing. So if she was cured of this disease, and now she has a piercing as kind of something to remind her of having it, or there's something 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5. 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5, yes. So we have her age now. 7 plus 5. Give me a second. It's 13, right? No, that's 12. So she is 12 years old at the present time. So we got the age of Bonnie. I assume right now, like where the story is in the contemporary present time, she is 12. And 7 years ago, she was 5. So do we assume, and wait, okay, very hard mathematics. 14 years ago, Ginny was captured, and Bonnie is only 12 years, and Kuma also had to feed her milk from the bottle, so she actually was a very little child. So she is completely like Kuma is her like adoptive father. They don't have any blood relations, so she doesn't have any Buccaneer blood in her. She doesn't have like anything that connecting her to Nika in her genetics, so to say. She is Bonnie is Ginny's child that was born from someone there in the Celestial Dragons, maybe from that Celestial Dragon that took her as a wife. So she is half Celestial Dragon, most likely. That's like, I think, the reasonable assumption, right? Okay, 7 years ago. Oh, run away, the vampire's gonna eat us. And stay out, you twerps. Bonnie, age 5. Okay, she's inside in the church, right? Blair, this is as far as you can go, right? I dare you to take a step out here, you ugly vampire. Eat this. Bet the Holy Cross is your weakness. Look at it shine. Yeah, so children in this village think she's a vampire because she can't go out in the sunlight. And so far, I think her sickness didn't spread much. Maybe it's a little bit more, but it's still contained to this area. We are in a church, dummy. I'll show you who is the boss. I'm coming after you. Bonnie, stop. She's very violent. But that's, understandable. They are being mean to her. But Kuma is, of course, super sweet. And he worries for her, obviously. Please, you can't go outside. Even standing near the doorway can give you the ouchies. Dude. I know, you're such a worrywart, Dad. I was just kidding. Please, don't even joke about it. Okay, I hate it when you get all sad and worried anyway. You're such a good kid. Stop being such a crybaby, Dad. That is cute. Their relationship is super adorable. Gosh, I really hope we can save Kuma somehow. I just want a happy ending. Those jerks, they made fun of my face stones again. Are they really that weird? It's not like I can help them. I didn't ask to get sick. You mean your jewels, Kuma says? They're just jealous because you've got such pretty jewelry. Oh, that's how she became Jewelry Bonnie. Wait, that's so cool. Hey, you think so? You betcha. I love them. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, Bonnie, if you were to go on a trip, where would you like to go? For when you are better, I mean. Oh, I know. Have you heard about the legendary Sky Islands? The islands way up in the air? That's right, I read about it in this book. It's close to the sun, so maybe we'll see Nika up there. You'd love that, right, Dad? Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I'm just looking at the room as well. She has a lot of toys here. That's adorable. Oh, and now he's showing her like the dance and the rhyme rhythm. Don't dot at all, don't dot at all. That sounds like a grand adventure. We can go there to have a big celebration for your 20th birthday. Where should we go for your 19th? Okay, he kind is like, she's what, like 7 or something? Wait, when Bonnie was 5, so he's like, okay, maybe in 15 years we can go there. Where should we go for your 19th? So we are starting from very far away. Fishman Island. Ooh, okay. So they are making plans where they would travel. Oh gosh, this is so cute. After examining your daughter, I've concluded that she suffers from sapphire scale. I'm afraid it's incurable. You know what it is, and sorry to ask, but can you please speak a bit quieter? Okay, so Kuma is talking to a doctor, and he doesn't want Bonnie to know like how scary her condition is. These days, I'm sorry. These days, you almost never see it. Doctor is saying those stones grow exponentially when based in any form of natural light, like the sun or moon. But even if you completely prevent any exposure, I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before the disease catches up with you. So any light, like sun or moon. That's very interesting. Okay. Forgive me for being so blunt, but your daughter has another 5 years at best. It will be a miracle if she reaches her 10th birthday. I'm afraid it's simply terminal, going by our current scientific understanding of it. Did her devil fruit save her from it, I wonder? It will be over by her 10th birthday. Oh, Kuma, no. And like, yeah, he lost Ginny. That was devastating. But then he got Bonnie and he was happy, and she was kind of similar to Ginny, and he saw her as actually his own kid, right? And it was just something else left from Ginny to him, kind of a little bit of a continuation of her life in a sense, if you look at it from this angle. And now he's being told that he's going to lose it too. So yeah, this isn't fair. She's already growing into such a strong woman. Is there really no cure? Boo! Oh, Bonnie, I thought you were asleep. I heard it all. You said it will be over by my 10th birthday, right? What? Maybe she didn't understand it, or she's trying to be positive? Your 10th, I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard you say it. Are you crying? Is it something I said? Well, yes, he said when you are 10. It was about your illness, Bonnie, that stupid doctor. He told me that your condition is going to continue as it is till you are 10. It's just such an appalling amount of time. I couldn't help but get down after that. That means I'll be all better when I'm 10, right? Oh, yes, she misunderstood it. Can we go on these trips? No, gosh, I can't even read. Yeah, so it will be over and we will be able to go on these trips. Isn't that right, Daddy? Oh no, what have I done? What am I going to do? I understand that he got himself in a pinch. He wanted to make her happy. He didn't want her to kind of live with thinking that, oh, I'm going to die like in 5 years. But now he had lied to her, so he has to get out of this somehow. Yeah, he has to find a cure somehow. Of course, by the time you've turned 10, you'll be cured. Yippee! A familiar nightmare would soon descend on the kingdom of Sorbet only 1 year later. You've got to save us. King Bikori has returned, and he's just as monstrous as ever. It's just like 16 years ago. Gosh, we can't catch a break. The only break we got is a break next week for the chapter. Gosh, he still wants to cut loose the country's dead weight. He's going to burn the people in their homes. The never-ending tragedy continues to unfold. What? Yeah, like, holy shit. This is such a horrible life, like... Yeah, as I said, we can't catch a break. This was a fantastic chapter. I loved it so much. And it's okay, Oda-sensei. Yeah, there were some panels that you could see that kind of sketches of the pictures but of the drawing, but it still looked great and I enjoyed it a lot. It even added a bit to the experience. And I kind of said everything throughout. So we got Bonnie's age. I said like my theory on Bonnie, that also maybe because she's part celestial dragon, she was kind of a bit of an special standing for world government because she had some celestial blood in her. Maybe it does count, because we did see some special treatment, but at the same time not necessarily. It could be just like a promise to Kuma after he kind of gave himself up, and they promised like kind of we aren't going to touch your daughter. Like if she doesn't go for us, we wouldn't go for her. Like something like that. But this is really interesting, to be honest. This chapter answered a few questions, and the relationship of Kuma and Bonnie is so damn sweet. Yeah, you just can't help but feel bad for everyone involved. Like, horrible events keep happening to these poor people. I just nothing else I can say here. So yeah, that would be probably it for today. That was pretty emotional. So please share your thoughts on this chapter as well as your favorite moment. I don't even know what is my favorite moment. It's also sad. I guess like Kuma chilling with Bonnie and sleeping in an iron cage, maybe. That was fun. So share your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and see ya.